Hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode with Golf Cart Garage. I am Tim, your host for today. And can you see my boy? He's with us today. Dino's with us today in all his glory. He's resting a little bit. Let me check Facebook and see if we're rolling. Looks like we are. All right. This is March the 5th, Tuesday. We are live right now on Facebook and YouTube. We go live every week on Tuesdays. We try to answer people's golf cart questions. I'm also a part of the Gearheads on Demand service that we offer at Golf Cart Garage, which is a paid service now. But you're welcome to come here and catch me live on Tuesdays and see if I can get you in. You know, I try to get to everybody's question if I can. We've got a lot of people in the room. Sometimes it's a little difficult, but that's why we're here. We wanted to keep at least some part of it free of charge, so that's why we're still doing this. Oh, and by the way, I want to thank everybody because on the YouTube channel itself, I was just informed that we passed 13,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. That's not just me. I'm talking about the whole channel. That would include myself, you guys, Dave's videos that Dave puts out at Golf Cart Garage. It includes all of that. We passed 13,000 subs on YouTube, and on Facebook we're over 14,000 subs. So thank you very much. That's a big accomplishment, and we're really proud of that. And it's because of you're a major part of it. So thank you. Let me look at Facebook here. Oh, there's Dino's mother on Facebook saying hi. Okay. If you'd like to follow us on Facebook and YouTube, please do, but you can also follow us on other platforms. I'm running those links right now. There's the other stuff. Other places you can catch us. All right. Let me tell you hi to everybody in the room. Big Mike, what's up? 45 and overcast in beautiful northwest Indiana. My wife's up your way today, Mike. She's in Elkhart for work. Kurt, Tim, what happened last week? Your show lost halfway through, missed who won the swag. The winner of the swag last week was Craig. You know, Craig, the regular, he's always in the room. It was Craig. And we did lose internet. I lost YouTube. Facebook kept going, but for some reason YouTube, I don't know if you saw the part, if you remember the part when I started the show, or when I started the episode, I said something about it being really windy outside. So I was a little bit concerned because sometimes when it gets real windy, limbs hit my cable line down the road or something somewhere. I don't know what happens, but when it's real windy, it's kind of a hit and miss whether or not my internet is going to survive. Well, sure enough, right there close to the end, it went out. But it only cut out YouTube for some reason. I guess when YouTube is more sensitive than Facebook, and when YouTube glitches, it'll shut completely off, but Facebook kept rolling. So we continued with the show, told everybody who the winner was, and I got in touch with Craig, and everything's cool. So yeah, it was Craig. Craig was the winner of the bag of swag last episode. Gene Hansen, what's going on, Gene? Keith, what's going on, Keith? From Florida, Palmetto. Sir Walter, lost Wi-Fi. Glad to see it was not on my end. Tommy Bedford, good afternoon from Mississippi. What's up, Tommy? Rich Eastman, 54 in Machipongo. What's up, Rich Eastman? Helpless in Cabot. What's going on? 70 degrees and rain is coming. Yep, that's about what we got. It's already rained here today a little bit. It's still nice though because it's not cold. I mean, it's really nice. Tommy Bedford, 68 and cloudy in North Mississippi. That's the hat I would like to buy, Sir Walter. Well, we don't have these at Golf Cart Garage yet. This is a one of a kind. Well, actually, I gave one to my brother. I had 2 of these made, and I gave one to my brother for Christmas. So there's only 2 of these. But in the next batch, I had a lot of people say they like the camo hat. So in the next batch of hats, when we run out, then I'll see what I can do about getting some of these in there. Because I like the camo with the orange. You know, I thought that was a pretty cool thing. The hat dude came up with the orange stitching. I said, well, what color should we put in it? And he's the one that came up with the orange. And I said, oh yeah, that works. And Hunter's orange. So yeah. Jeffrey, the Poconos, 44. Tommy says Facebook's had some global outages this morning. Well, hopefully we'll keep it going. Tim, please cover the title question from last week from Helpless. What was it? Helpless. Let me look. Let me look at my. Oh, how to hook up lights? Is that what we're talking about? Yeah, how to hook up. Yeah, that's number 189. Well, it just depends. You know, that's why I had that question on there for last week. But I'll be glad to talk about it now if you want to. Thank you, Sir Walter. Congratulations on the 13K. Thanks, Tommy. I thought it was just me. It depends on your battery configuration. Like if you either got 6 8s, 6 6s. I'll be real quick here. 6 8s, 6 6s, or 4 12s. Most likely, that's your battery configuration. One of those three. Most likely, that's what it is. Or you got one lithium, you know, or something like that. So lights have to run off 12 volts. If you got 6 6s, you can hook your lights across 2 6-volt batteries. That's a usable 12 volts to run your lights. If you got 4 12s, you can hook your lights up to one battery directly. You know, that's 2 ways to do it on those 2 configurations. If you have 6 8s, you don't want to hook your lights to 16. That would be, if you went across 2, you're going to have to use a voltage reducer to get 12. If you've got one lithium, you're going to have to use a voltage reducer to get 12. So that's basically all I was really going to say, unless anybody had anything more specific to ask about that. But that's the different ways that you can hook up lights. You just got to remember they are supposed to run off 12 volts. You know, almost all accessories are designed to run off 12 volts. Jeffrey, congrats on the 13,000. Big Mike also called and paid money to hear Tim talk on a Thursday. I wish I knew we were in the good old days before we left them. Congrats, Craig. Did you do the pictures, Jeffrey? You talking about last time, Jeffrey? I don't remember. No, it was hat giveaway. No, I didn't have any pictures last time because we did the hat giveaway. 60s yesterday. This from TS. I installed 2 48-volt Badgers, 1.2 kilowatts. It runs fast. Big battery. Says I should get 20, but I don't think so. Well, your batteries is not necessarily going to make you get 20. You know, it's as long as you know you're talking about 48 volts. That's where your speed's going to be. Or you might get a little more out of a lithium because they're able to charge a little bit past 48 volts, but they can't go too far past, or you end up with electrical problems. So you still have to stick within your voltage range. So any speed gain that you actually did by doing lithium, it might just be a consequence of less weight. You know, that might be the reason that you had speed gain. You know, any at all. You're going to have to change your controller. Now, I've heard a lot of people tell me changing the controller in an RXV makes a big difference on speed. 12 in gas. TS, I run 2 miles and the voltage drops to 45 after a short trip. On a lithium, TS? That's not good. That's not good at all. Tommy Bedford, yes, Helpless Garage. It is supposed to be on Facebook and IG Global, but just not here in the U.S. Let me check Facebook again. William Moore on Facebook. What's going on, William? This may be a dumb question. There aren't any dumb questions. There are not any dumb questions. As I have replaced many batteries in my life, but do a battery job on a 2019 club car, should I take a picture of batteries and replace one at a time, or remove all at once and hope I don't screw up from the picture? That's not a dumb question at all, William. I mean, I'll tell you what I used to do, or what I do even just recently. If I did, even my most recent battery jobs, I would take a picture of, everybody's got a phone on them. I'd take a picture of the whole thing, and sometimes I would even take a pen and paper and draw a picture of connections. So no, let's absolutely do that. Take a picture and draw a picture. In fact, that should be good. That should be the advice for today. Before you do anything to your golf cart, take a picture and draw a picture. So that way you got 2 backups. It's supposed to be on Facebook. All right, so we're caught up there. And Joe Foster on Facebook. What's going on, Joe Foster? 70 in Kings Mountain, North Carolina. Kevin Rabbit, one more battery combo that I did and like it. Single lithium with a separate 12 volt for the lights, plenty of room in the empty tray and keeps things real simple. There you go. There you go. That's the ultimate right there. Single lithium, because it, like you said, frees up all kinds of room under your seat. You could use that for beer, or, oh, did I say that out loud? I meant for other stuff. You could use that extra space for other stuff, and it would be great. Oh, Big Mike, did you get the part number that I sent you on Facebook? I wanted to ask you. I used Messenger and sent you a part number for the heavy-duty leaf springs. Just let me know if you got that. We'll get started with the regular questions. Number one is from Frank. Will a 36 golf cart motor, heavy duty golf cart, will a 36 volt golf cart, heavy duty solenoid prevent? Oh yeah, I got a new coupon, Big Mike. Yeah, I got a new coupon today. I got you. Will the 36 volt golf cart, heavy duty solenoid prevent a golf cart from just stopping even when the batteries are good? Most of the time, all I have to do is turn the key switch off and then back on to get the cart to run again. That doesn't sound like a solenoid issue to me. That sounds like something else. The first thing I would want to know is what's going on with your batteries, obviously. I want to know that first. But that doesn't sound like a solenoid issue, because a solenoid, when a solenoid is activated, the only thing that actually happens is that these two, you know, you got a wire connected to this post and you got a wire connected to these posts. When that solenoid clicks, the only thing it did is it connected those wires together. That's it. That's all it did. So unless the only thing that would be causing your issue is if that solenoid is unconnecting for some reason, and that could be caused by your controller. That's why I'm saying it doesn't sound like a solenoid issue to me. It sounds like it could be something else. Number two. This is from Tilly. Can I bypass the controller and get the cart to run? My cart is a 48 volt club cart. Sure you can. Now if you're talking about bypassing the controller, you know, you can do that just with a solenoid. You know, just with one switch, you can bypass the controller and it will send 48 volts straight to your motor. You know, not recommended, but yeah, you can do that. Now, that's not what I would recommend to do. I would recommend doing the motor isolation test on your car, like disconnecting your motor, all four of the wires, and then hooking 12 volts to your motor. Look up series wound motor test and look up shunt wound motor test, and pick whichever test is right for you, because you either have a shunt wound or a series wound. I don't know if you told me or not. Did you tell me? No, you just told me 48. It could be either one. So depending on if it's shunt or series, it's a different test. So look that up on YouTube. There's a bunch of videos of it. Oh, I even saw, you remember when I was talking about DS cars that have a lot of hours on them, and there's especially ones with M-Core, there's a pickle fork device that the accelerator pedal presses on and that turns the M-Core, and over time when they have a lot of hours, you know, and I put like some, what did I put? Some heat shrink on that pickle fork area that was worn, and it would bring back the top speed of the cart if it had lost speed over time. Anyway, there's videos on that. I didn't even know it. I just happened to see one the other day. I could have made a video about that. A lot of people commented on that. John, what's going on, John? Hey, Tim, love the show. Having an issue with a 36 volt PDS with Navitas. App is showing fault code, arm current sensor calibration. Arm current sensor calibration. I don't know about that one there, John. Arm sensor current calibration. What could be the problem? Does the, I'd have to Google that and see if that comes up in any of the forums. A lot of times when you'll plug in a code like that, arm current sensor calibration, and just put it in Google, or ChatGPT nowadays. You can put it in ChatGPT. It will give you links where that particular thing has been mentioned in golf cart forums. Like there probably the odds are someone has already had that issue, you know, shown up, because there's a lot of very popular, you know, replacing PDS controllers. even with 600 amp Navitas. So anyway, that's what I would do on that one, John, because I don't know that one off the top of my head. I haven't seen that one, and I haven't heard anybody, you know, that I've talked to. They haven't come to me with that complaint. But I guarantee you, someone has had it. You're not the only one. That's why I'm saying it might take you to the Buggies Going Wild or Cartaholics.com. Jeffrey said he did not forget to send me his starter belt tensioner for a club car. His prototypes were out of spec by 0.125. I guess that's 0.125 thousandths, Jeffrey. All right, cool. That's going to come in handy, Jeffrey. If you ever, you know, if you're going to sell those, you could sell those. Because I know we've talked about that before, that it's difficult to tighten a starter belt on a club car with the Kawasaki in it, on an FE290. Number 3. Oh yeah, number 3, that's where we're at. This is from Ryan. What's up, David Irwin? I see you. Thank you for being here. John, go straight to Buggies Gone Wild. Go straight to the forum. And there's also a search function there, and it will search the forum itself. Ryan says, I have a 2008 E-Z-GO RXV gas Kawasaki engine, and it doesn't keep the battery charged. I have a new battery, and I did replace the starter generator and a couple of other parts, but still the same. Now someone told me to replace the solenoid, and it will resolve the issue. Am I going in the right direction? Well, you never told me, Ryan, if you replaced the most common thing that causes that symptom. You said you replaced a couple of other parts, but you didn't get specific about it. Did you replace the voltage regulator? That would be my only question before you jumped on the solenoid. I don't see how the solenoid could be it. I really don't. But voltage regulator would be the most common thing that causes that. Yes, I would give you guys the first shot at retailing. Then you have to drill a 1 5/16 inch hole, Jeffrey. I would be interested in seeing it, Jeffrey. If I guess the prime target market for something like that, there would be a little target market or smaller target market for individual owners, but the prime target market would be shops like yourself and like what I had, you know, people that work on them all the time. That would be the prime target market right there if you could target those guys. Like in a dealer catalog. I mean, I get a golf cart dealer catalog, maybe advertisement in there. That would be a good idea. Okay. Number 4. This is from Vince. I have a 95 G14. I've talked to a lot of people with G14s lately. I didn't realize there were so many of those still out there. G14 Yamaha golf cart, and the heel brake doesn't release. Not sure what is wrong or what I may be missing. I can release it with my hand, but not my foot. Also, the kingpins have some play, so do you think a bushing will remedy the issue? Do you suggest a whole kingpin kit? Well, the good news about a Yamaha is that you should be able to figure out why your heel brake's not releasing. All you got to do is remove the floor mat, and Yamaha makes it really easy. They're the easiest ones to remove the floor mat. You know, it's just like push rivets, you know, in a Yamaha floor mat. Then you can remove the floor mat, and then there's an access panel that you can take off. You don't even need any tools. It's just the floor mat actually holds it in place. And when the floor mat is gone, you can just pick the access panel up, and you can see the mechanism, the brake mechanism. You can see all the moving parts, and you can see why it's not coming back. You might have a broken spring. You might have a stick stuck in there. I've seen that, especially on Yamahas. They have a tendency to catch a stick just in the right place, and it can upset the function of the accelerator pedal and the brake pedal. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's something like that, but you need to look at it first, you know, visually inspect that area first. Now, as far as the bushings go, What I would do is I'd figure out where the problem is. Like disconnect the tie rods, raise the front end, grab your tire, run it left and right, and see where your tension is or whatever it is you're trying to fix. Or watch for movement. Figure out where the slack is. If it's just the kingpin area, then bushings may solve the whole issue because that's what they're there for. They're just a wearable item. Number 5. MJ Dunn, I made it. What's up, MJ Dunn? Let me check Facebook before I move on. Joe Foster says beverages. That must have been when I made the beer comment earlier you were talking about. Bart Gillum, hey Tim, 70 and windy in Hawaii. What's going on, Hawaii? Bart Gillum, thank you for joining us. Bruce from Westfield, Wisconsin, just got back from vacation. Thank you for stopping in, Bruce. Mason Grove, what's going on, Mason? In Lake City, what's going on, Mason? Let's see here. Where am I at? Number 5, that's where I'm at. I have a Cushman Hauler Pro. It is 72 volts, 9 batteries. It's got 9 8-volt batteries in there. Golly, can imagine how much that weighs. I'm considering converting to lithium for simplicity or maintenance and longevity. Would be great to get some info on a do-it-yourself conversion. Thank you for your help. Now, fix my TV there. Dino Man, why didn't you tell me that TV was down? Lithium packs, nowadays are like the ones we sell. We sell eco lithium packs, and they're cart specific, but they have universal packs, including 72 volt packs. I have never seen a cart specific lithium pack for a Cushman hauler like what you have. So you're probably going to have to get one of those universal packs. So you're going to have to pay attention to measurements, because they have a skinny, the one they call a skinny, and they have another shape. So get you a 72 volt universal pack, and but you might have to check might take some measurements in your cart first too before you do anything. MJ says lithium in that would save about 10,000 pounds. That's correct. I mean, with 9 8-volt batteries, that has got to be a heavy vehicle. Kirk says, Tim, you told me I do not have a wiper switch. You said there's a silver canister. Is that part serviceable? If so, how? My cart doesn't seem to reach top speed. 88 Club Car 5 solenoids. Yes, that is correct, Kurt. You have a silver canister with a red plastic lid on one end, and it is serviceable. Inside of it, the only thing that's inside of it is this little white plastic ramp and 5 solenoids. And depending on where your foot is on the accelerator pedal, it depends on, as it pushes, it clicks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 micro switches. Most likely you have 1 or more micro switches bad if all 5 of your solenoids are good. I wish I had time to go into that with you, Kurt. I could tell you exactly how to do some testing with your voltmeter. I mean, you need to make sure that all 5 solenoids are getting activation power. Now, what I mean by that is the 2 small posts of the solenoid. Like you'd have to put a voltmeter on the 2 small posts of the first solenoid and then press the accelerator pedal. It might take 2 people to do this. Press the accelerator pedal. That first solenoid you should see full battery pack voltage when that first solenoid clicks at the 2 small posts. Then move to the next solenoid and push the gas pedal or the accelerator pedal, or somebody sitting in the car, get them to push it a little more. Now when that solenoid gets full power, it should click and go on down the line. And what's going to happen is if you find one that's getting full power and it's not clicking, then that's going to mean it's a bad solenoid. If you find one that's not getting power and never clicking, it's never going to click if it doesn't get power at the small post, then you might have a bad micro switch inside that canister we're talking about. So yes, it is serviceable. Mike Irwin. What's going on, Mike Irwin? Paul Fortune. Thank you for joining us. Club card DS 600 amp that has a code voltage on controller B plus too high. It happens when I press the foot switch. DC voltage shoots up to 105. It does come down in neutral. DC voltage. I mean, what's your lithium pack there, Paul? Is it it's a 48 volt pack? Eric Shepard, what's going on, Eric Shepard? Done lithium conversion on 72 volt bad boy. Bruce says that. Jeffrey, I'd just like to make a copy of yours, or make a copy and send it to me, or whichever way would be easier. Yeah, I don't understand that, Paul. Why would it be shooting up to 105? I mean, that's literally impossible, you know, for that to happen. So, unless there's something going wrong inside the battery itself and it's going into series and not parallel. You got to understand, that's almost 48 twice. So in other words, a fully charged 48 volt pack, lithium pack, can be around 52 volts. So you double that, you're getting close to that 105. That would mean inside the battery pack, they're going into series instead of being in parallel. So, I mean, it might just be a coincidence, but that just got me thinking about that. William Moore, but is more difficult to do one at a time. William, any way that you think you won't have a problem reconnecting them. That's why I say get two backups. Take a picture and draw a picture. You know, take several pictures and then draw a picture. Either way, I mean, it's not more difficult to do one at a time. It's the same amount of battery pulls and the same amount of battery puts. That's what I used to call them. I said, I got to pull 6 and I got to put 6. And it's hard. It's not easy either way. It's not easy. I had to do it one time and I had tennis elbow. I don't know how many of y'all have ever had tennis elbow, but that's no joke. And and it makes it very difficult to do a battery job with your non-dominant arm when you have tennis elbow. 53.2. Well, you see how that comes out to 105, you know, when you add it together? I mean, it's just an idea, but that's about 106, you know, or something like that, or real close to the number you're seeing. I mean, it just seems odd that yeah, it hurts my back. Just mail it to GCG attention 10. Yeah, that'll be fine, Jeffrey. That'll be fine. They'll get it to me. They'll make sure I get it. Number 6. This is from Pete. 83 EasyGo TXT 36. I want to convert to lithium batteries. How to find the voltage and the motor controller amp draw on a TXT. I need to know that to know what battery to get. No, you don't need to know that, Pete. It's about 50 amps at full throttle on a golf cart. 50 amps pull, you know, at full throttle. But you don't need to know that to know what battery to get. You just get a replacement. If your golf cart is completely stock and it's not well, that's what we're going to talk about. I guess that may be why I named this episode what I did, is because we've talked about this before, is that these lithium packs nowadays, they come in, the only difference between them is that different amp hours. You know, a larger amp hour is generally more expensive. Larger amp hour gives you more range, gives you higher range in your golf cart. How far do you need to be able to drive before you can charge it, you know, before you need to charge it again? So, and it also, you know, increases the size of the higher the amp hour, the bigger the battery actually is. And it's because of series and parallel connections inside the battery. That's what I was talking about with Paul a while ago about the 105 volts. You know, it seems odd that that's perfectly, if you add the two 48 volt fully charged packs that are inside that thing together that are hooked in parallel, if you hooked them in series, that would be 100 and something volts. So it's almost like something is getting messed up there, unless those aren't even real numbers, unless that's just a false number. But anyway, generally, the more amp hour you have, the more range you're going to have. All right, so how far do you need to drive? Well, the smaller amp hour lithium packs are somewhere around, the smallest ones you can get somewhere around 30 to 60. You know, that's some real small amp hour replacement packs for golf carts. And I call them that for a reason, because those are actually designed just to be a replacement for the battery pack that's in a stock golf cart with stock controller, same size tires it's supposed to have, not big tall tires, and not a big modified controller. Those are stock replacement packs that will be equal or better to your lead acid pack, those 50 and 60 amp hour packs. They'll be equal or better than your lead acid pack if it was brand new. So that's why I call them replacement packs. Now, if you've got a big controller, if you've got a lifted car with tall tires, you're going to want to get a bigger pack than that, because you're going to hurt that pack. You're going to really put a strain on that little lithium pack that's not designed for taller tires and different gear ratios and higher amp controllers and everything. You're going to put a hurting on it. So you're probably going to need to get a bigger amp hour pack. So it just depends on the level of modification that your car has, is what I'm saying. And that's going to change your decision on which lithium pack you should get. Tommy Bedford, getting my car ready for the summer, other than charging the batteries, greasing the front end, and checking air pressure, any other maintenance I should do? Ready for the summer, other than charging the batteries? No. Well, what about water? You got water in your batteries? You need to check that. Make sure. But that'd be about it, Tommy. That'd be all you need to worry about. If you take care of your water too, distilled water, by the way. Use distilled water if you've got batteries that need water. William Rizzo, what's going on, William, from the Florida Keys? Good to see you. Let me check Facebook. Robert on Facebook from, Robert, I guess that's Seater. Hello, Tim, from Cloudy, South Carolina. What's going on, Robert? Thank you for joining us. Cloudy, South Carolina. He lives in, I'm clicking on your avatar there. Robert lives in Tallahassee, South Carolina. Robert Seater. Now, I guess you play the bass. Cool. Thank you for joining us, Robert. Okay. Where was I at? I'm on number 8. That's where I'm at. Oh, Dino Man's moving. You all right, Biggin? Number 8. This is from Thom. One of my 6-volt batteries is reading a 6.5 while charging, while the rest reads 6.9 to 7. I have verified no resistance present on the battery cables. I jumped a pack on 2 and the 12 pairs and was able to charge to 6.9, but eventually fell back down to 6.5 once the charger went into trickle mode. The best thing to do, Thom, to make it less complicated, get you a charger with a 6-volt setting. That's not uncommon. You can get a 12-volt charger that also has a 6-volt setting. So you can charge each one of those 6-volt batteries up individually. And I'm talking about a deep cycle charger that will fully charge a 6-volt battery. And the numbers that you're saying is not a fully charged 6-volt battery. If it's on the charger and you're not getting past 7 volts, toward the end of the charge cycle, you're not even getting close, because it will go past 7 volts toward the end of the charge cycle on each battery while it's on charge, while the charger's running. Number 9. Tommy says it's a Roy Pal. Yeah, I've never heard that before, Tommy, but I wonder what Navitas would say if you told them that it's spiking up there to, double the voltage that your battery pack is supposed to put out. Well, number 9, yeah, this is from Lyle. I have a stock 2001 Club Car DS with Regen. All right, so 2001 with Regen. That means that it's either an IQ or it's the 2-solenoid one. I'm looking at replacing the old Trojan batteries with 3 90 amp hour kit of epochs. The epoch says, since it's a Regen, I should go with 4 batteries at one. I think we did this already. I seem to be having a deja vu, or maybe I've just read it the other day. With 4 batteries at 120 amp hour due to Regen current getting too high. Possibly 180 amp in 4 hours would distribute the current evenly without exceeding the max continuous charge current of 30 amp per battery. The 4 times 30 is 120 amp, which is not equal to the 180 potential amount. Am I missing something? What are your thoughts on this? Opinion for me to remove the magnet on the end of the motor to eliminate the Regen feature and just use the 90 amp hour kit. It's only used on golf courses. Thanks. Well, here's the deal. On a 2001, if it is, if it's an IQ, see, I know 2002 was IQs. What Regen cars in 2002 were IQs. I'm not sure about 2001. Probably, if it's not the 2-solenoid system, then it is an IQ. If it is an IQ, then it would be as simple as just getting a programmer, go to a club car dealer that has the programmer and program out the Regen, and then it won't be nearly as bad as what Epoch is worried about. If it isn't, if it's the other kind of Regen, it's just unplugging the sensor off of the end of the motor. If that will eliminate the Regen, then I don't see a problem. I don't see a problem at all. But I also do not understand their math there when they were talking about going to 4 batteries instead of 3 would distribute the current evenly without exceeding the match continuous charge. I don't get that one at all. I think somebody may have been trying to talk smart there, and they stumbled a little bit. So I'm not sure what's going on. All right. Jeffrey says he did a voltage regulator again on a 2008. I don't know why. Stick in that sealed box. Simple, but no room to work. Yep, that is true. I bought one of those cheap plastic ketchup type squeeze bottles and slipped a piece of gas line over the tip. Used it to add distilled water. Worked great. That's a good idea, MJ. Yep, whatever you got to do. Yep, that's a good idea. What were you going to say there, Rich Eastman? The higher the... And Mike Camp, late but here. What's going on, Mike Camp? Okay. Number 10. The total amp hour of the batteries. The higher rate you can charge or discharge. The higher the rate. Try that again, Rich. The total amp hour of the batteries, okay, of the battery pack. So if it's a higher amp hour pack, you're saying, okay, you're saying this. Correct me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm understanding you correctly. You're saying that the higher the amp hour of the pack, the higher rate you can charge it. Therefore, that would come into play for the region that the guy was talking about, because the more batteries you have, you can charge it faster. So the region is going to be higher, because when it goes into region, is that what their reasoning was? Still not sure if that's it. I'm still not sure I agree with it, but or that it's even going to be a problem. But I just want to know. I want to know what they were trying to say there. Number 10 from Walt. It's based on a percentage of the total called C rate. Yeah, well, lithium are rated by the C. Yeah, I understand. If it's got a higher C rating, if you added a fourth battery in parallel, that means it's going to have a higher C rating. In other words, it's going to have even less voltage drop off the line in a drag strip. I know I relate everything to drag racing, but it's going to have even less voltage drop because the C rating is higher. All right, so you're saying if the C rating is higher, then it can accept a higher charge current, is what you're saying, and that's where the region thing comes in. Walt says, can you charge your batteries without the solenoid being connected? Well, it depends on where your charging wires are hooked to, or if for some reason if they're hooked to the solenoid, then you might need them connected, but I don't understand why they would ever be hooked to the solenoid. Rich says everything relates to drag racing. Well, I'm glad you agree with me there, Rich, because I do. That's why I think I've said it before. I could do a whole episode on electric drag racing and everything, and the C rating, does come up. It's just another way of that lithium rates their batteries, and the higher the C rating on a lithium battery, the less voltage drop you're going to have in your 60-foot time. On a lead acid battery, the higher the amp hour, the less voltage drop you're going to have in your 60-foot time. And who wins the 60-foot time is likely to win an 1/8 mile drag race. Very likely. Who wins the 60-foot time. Because an 1/8 mile is not near as long as a quarter. So if you win the 60-foot time, you're probably going to go through the end of the track first. What is your feeling about using straight lead acid instead of distilled water? Acid is so expensive, better for the battery. I have everything that I've ever read says that's not a good idea, Jeffrey. So I've never done that. I've never used straight acid except, if a battery came with a separate acid container, and you have to fill each one of the little holes like a little motorcycle battery or something. I've never come back with straight acid to see. Now, there are some companies out there that claim to rebuild batteries, and they dump everything out, flush them out, and then they come back with straight acid. So there may be something to it. I've just never done that. Rich says, my brother and I built a drag car for basically nothing, and I thought doing a cart would be cheaper than that. I was wrong. That's true. My stupid cart over there, I don't even remember what the controller cost. I better not even say it on here because my wife is listening. So I don't even want to say what the controller cost in that car. By the 5-gallon bags, Jeffrey. Straight acid, Jeffrey? Let's see, we're still going good over there. We actually might get out a little early today. Cart money is love money. Helpless says cart money is love money. Did you hear that, my wife? Cart money is love money. You need to remember that. That's a quote from Helpless Garage, and they're in the same state we are. So there you go. All right. If you would like to purchase a hat from Golf Cart. Oh, by the way, again, congratulations to Craig for the winner of this bag of swag last week. Uh, if you would like to buy a hat before we give another one away, which we're going to give them away. We're going to still give some away. I try to let you know a week in advance if I can, but you never know though. Might be a surprise giveaway coming up. Not today, but maybe next time, maybe the time after that, something like that. Since we're only one time a week now, I got to figure out how often I should do it. I guess every third episode or every fourth episode, something like that. But it doesn't have to be that way. I'll give one away on a whim. But anyway, links in the descriptions, hot links, take you straight to the hats. Bam, there they are. Next batch, we'll probably put some camo in there. Seem to have a lot of interest in the camo. But the hot links will take you right to your color. MJ says, do it before I got to go back to work. Do what? I forgot what it was I was going to talk about, MJ. That's the hat graphic. If you would like to contact us at Golf Cart Garage for a suggestion. Oh, well, no, I'm not going to do it today, MJ, because we just did it last episode. There's a contact information for Golf Cart Garage. There's support at golfcartgarage.com. That's the email. There's the phone number. Oh, Jeffrey, that's because my internet went out last week. It's went out on YouTube. It kept going on Facebook, but it went out on YouTube last week. Support at golfcartgarage.com, and there's the phone number. If you have any suggestions for products that we don't sell, or suggestions for myself, or suggestions for anything that we do, please go ahead and give us a comment, give us a call, let us know. You can contact me directly at 00timfreeman@gmail.com. Okay, Big Mike, you still with us? Here's the coupon. Got a new coupon. Bam. Get 5% off any parts you order if you use coupon code TIM19. Imagine that you never would have been able to guess that one. TIM19 is active now. Code expires on April the 4th, 2024. Get 5% off any parts you order at golfcartgarage.com. TIM19. There you go, Mike. I'll leave that running. Or pretty sure you could remember that, TIM19. But that is active, supposed to be active now. Okay. That's coupon contact. Social media. Did I do social media? Yep. And I did say I did make the announcement about the 13,000 subs on the YouTube channel for Golf Cart Garage, 13,000, and on the Facebook channel for Golf Cart Garage, 14,000, over 14,000 subs. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. You guys had a major part to do with that. It's not just me, you know, it's the other videos that Dave has also, but we are a part of it. I can assure you, you guys are a part of it. So thank you for being here for me and for the company, and thank you for your support. Okay, yeah, William, I had said that earlier, but I wanted to say it again. But I wanted to make that announcement again. We had talked about it a little earlier. And let's see, the title of this episode was How Much Amp Hour Lithium Pack Should I Get? We talked about that. Depends on if your golf car is completely stock or not. If your golf car is completely stock and you never plan to upgrade it into something crazy tall with big tires on it, then you can get away with a less expensive lithium pack, a smaller lithium pack. But if you're building a monster, don't skimp on your lithium pack. You're going to be disappointed. Jeffrey, I did show the Ford Think. Yeah, it was cool looking. Let me go to Facebook before we get out of here. Make sure everything's good. Yep, everything's good on Facebook. All right. Dynamite, you good? You all right? All right. Dyno Man says he's good. All right, I will see everybody. We're about to get out of here now. I will see everybody a week from today, next Tuesday. Tim Taco Tuesday. That's how you remember it. Tim Taco Tuesday. I do like Taco Tuesday. I don't know if I'm going to have tacos today or not. I might. I don't know. My wife's out of town, like I told y'all. She's out of town again, so I am losing weight as we speak. So I may have to go to Taco Tuesday. All right, guys. I will talk to y'all a week from today. The garage is now closed.